Ambassador Yaroslav oh my God, Yaroslav Olsas Jr., Chairman Leon, my co-workers, media people, and guests. Good afternoon, everybody. This event is very precious for us in Comisión Soritan. And why? Because you must know that early last year, the Comisión Soritan Filipino launched a national translation program with 2 thrusts. The first thrust is to translate the best of our literatures in native languages into Filipino. And then the second thrust is to translate the best of world literatures into Filipino also. But during the year, we also started what we can call as a translation exchange program. And we called on some selected embassies to help us on the ground. Luckily, Mr. Oslay here answered our call, the first one to answer our call. And that is why last October, we started to meet to plan this translation project between the Philippines and the Czech Republic. So this afternoon, what we are going to do is to formalize what we have talked about during the last few months. This is a short-term translation agreement. It covers only 2 years. But in these 2 years, we hope to finish at least 2 projects on the part of the Czech Republic and 2 projects on the part of the Philippines. The first set of projects is a translation of poetry. The Philippines would prepare selected works of new poets of the country, which we have already done and translated into English, and Czech Republic would translate these poems into the Czech language to be published within the year. Within the year. Within the year. On our part, we are translating the poetry of Nobel Prize winner Yaroslav Seifert. We asked a group of poets, the young Lira, and the book is now edited by Mander, Ian, and I think we are about ready to publish it within the year also. So the book of Mr. Seifert will be available in the Philippines before December. Next year, our plan goes to, we are going to try fiction. So I am recommending to His Excellency the translation of one of our national artists' novel, Ilaw sa Hilaga by Lazaro Francisco, and he has suggested to translate from Czech the best fiction available in the country. So this afternoon, with that dream, this afternoon we are formalizing the translation exchange program between the Czech Republic and the Philippines. We hope that this would start a more active translation, exchange translation program between the Philippines and other embassies, just so that we can promote Philippine literature abroad, and at the same time so that we can gather the best literatures of the world into our own language. Thank you so much for attending this lecture.
Dobrý den, good afternoon. As we are dealing with the Commission Savikang Filipino, allow me to speak a bit in Filipino. Sa mga panauhing pandanggal, Ginoong Felipe de Leon at Ginang Adelina Sumit ng NCCA, sa ating mga kaibigang mamamahaya, isang magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Lubos akong nagpapasalamat sa inyong pagsaksi sa naganap na kasunduan sa pagitan ng Commission Savikang Filipino at pasubuan ng Republic ng Czech. Thank you very much, and please accept my accent. Adding a few more words about it, I'm really pleased that shortly after I arrived, I received a letter coming from the Commission Savikang Filipino proposing the cooperation in the literary field. As a former publisher and translator, not a writer myself, and also after spending 6 years as ambassador to South Korea, where we started a very similar kind of exchanging in literary field, which resulted in 10 Korean books being published in Czech and 12 in Korean. I was very pleased that such a project, which is close to my heart, could happen also in the Philippines. We are still discussing modalities, but as a very first moment, on the Filipino side, we'll have that selection of poetry by Nobel Prize winning poet Jaroslav Seifert. On the Czech side, we will have a quite interesting magazine, a special issue of magazine named Bluff. You haven't seen it yet. That's a preliminary cover. Cover of the magazine, which will cover the contemporary and old literature, poetry and prose. And you see Vicente Manansala is on the cover. Thanks to the National Museum of the Philippines. There will be a first issue, and both our books will be produced in approximately a couple of weeks, and we'll be very pleased to have it. For the next year, we are discussing what to do. We'll like to propose an anthology of classics and modern, because Czech literature in Filipino does consist of single one book, which was published in 1990, which was one of the dramas by our former president and playwright Václav Havel. It was Ankh Memorandum, and that's the only book published. That means we want to give a selection of the writers starting the late 19th century up to 21st century, which will give the readers in Filipino an idea what the Czech fiction is. And in the same moment, I looked on the knowledge of Filipino literature in Czech and Slovak translation, because we are very close countries, and there is approximately 100 short stories by 50 writers published in Czech or Slovak, and 3 novels and 3 anthologies. But majority of the works are by the writers who were born before the World War II. Very much classics like Bienvenido Santos and V.M. Gonzalez. And we want to do something very similar in that form, which would be an anthology of contemporary Filipino literature. As of contemporary, I am thinking something post-ETSA, because it's a modern and contemporary. Because nobody knows really much writers of it. That's the second thing, and we will have to discuss more and discussing all the other options. And I'm really very, very pleased to be here to sign this today, because it is meaningful. Books are the meaningful thing. Books remain. Books are in the libraries, and books are being read and will be read. I am not a person who thinks that internet will solve the necessity to use as a place where you read. I still think you need a book, because you will not take your computer to bed, but you can read easily a book. It's better. Once more, thank you very much.
Agree. Okay, can we start signing? Oh, dito kayo sa...
Dapat nakagay kami with this.
Yes.
Kung saan sa study ko,
So, isa lang.
ayaw start talaga.
Ikaw,
Exchange.
After we sign it for the second.
One more.
Thank you. So, we start again. Sama na tayo.
Ma'am.
Press. Open.
Open, open.
Open. We have to open.
Yes, yes.